Winnie Byanyima, Dr. Kizza's Besigye's wife, came out to show his dissatisfaction on the abductions and torture being led by General MUHOOZI. In a tweet which was tweeted, it showed when Winnie Byanyima was, I think, replying Don Ayebare, the UN Secretary General, I think, when they were arguing on Twitter, and he came out to say, and I quote, "I don't debate apologies for violence. You are free to keep defending abductions, torture, abuse, and impunity by MUHOOZI. I finish with you, Don Ayebare." She was replying on a tweet where Don Ayebare had come out to say it is through such preventive deployment measures that Uganda has been stable, hosting millions of refugees from the region. Please focus on winding up UNAIDS, which has been run down, and leave the running of the security of Uganda in capable hands of MUHOOZI and the Minister of Defense. So, Winnie Byanyima, in other words, was telling off Don Ayebare to stop bootlicking the injustices and the abductions being meted on Ugandans by MUHOOZI. We all know that the security is being deployed across the city. So Don Ayebare was justifying the deployment. You clearly see that we are in abnormal situations. You may think we are going to war. So the purpose of this video, I've come to comment on the tweet which was done by Winnie Byanyima, what it means for our politics, and most importantly, the sedimentaries we can learn from the politics of our nation. But before I do this, I want you to know that if you're new to this channel, please subscribe. And if you're watching this video from a different platform, please head on to YouTube, type in Sura Mawagali. There's a lot of content of this nature. If geopolitics and economics is what you want, this would be definitely the right channel for you to subscribe to. First of all, Winnie Byanyima's statements cannot be isolated. He's a leader, is an elder, is among the few ladies who went to the bush to bring this regime into power. In fact, he also has a relationship, one of the biggest relationships with General Kaguta Museveni. It is the truth. In fact, when I was growing up, I used to hear people saying that Museveni and the West just debacle in politics because of Winnie Byanyima, that the two were fighting for a wife. Until Winnie Byanyima, by the way, came out to reveal that he once was in relationship with General Kaguta Museveni. And by the way, even MUHOOZI replied on that tweet saying that he was trying to wreck Museveni's family, the relationship between Janet Kata Museveni and Museveni. Okay, I felt like you needed to know that background. So Winnie Byanyima coming out to say that violence which is meted on Uganda is led by MUHOOZI. He may have some out of truth, because not once, not twice, MUHOOZI has come out to tweet something very unfortunate. To an extent that when even Eddie Mutwe was abducted, he came out to say that he has him in the basement. And as we head to this election, where agents are being abducted, where NUP activists are being abducted, it points to something very dangerous. In fact, even Bobby Wine on his tweet came out to confirm this. He came out when he was urging his supporters how to protect their votes, and he called on volunteers saying, I quote, "In just one day we shall be going to polls. While we are doing everything possible to ensure that we have a polling agents at every polling station, we know that the regime will try to stop some and arrest others. The first step is for all of us to stay at the polling station while observing the 20-meter distance and ensure that nothing criminal happens. We implore everyone to use their cameras and record anything irregular. In addition to posting it online, we shall provide WhatsApp contact through which that evidence may be sent. The second step is to ensure that in case our agents are arrested or blocked, we get the DRR forms, take their pictures, and upload them through this app. The law requires every presiding officer to pin a copy of the DRR forms at a visible place at a polling station. Let's all ensure that happens and take the pictures and upload them. Even if the internet is switched off, upload the DRR form and it will reflect as soon as internet is restored. Let's get involved." And he also said he put up the app. So what Bobi Wine is coming out to say, that the regime is planning to arrest and abduct volunteers or polling agents. And in Uganda, everything can be possible. Because even before we've reached the election day, people already abducted, people already beaten. When Winnie Byanyima comes out to say that these people are planning violence and abductions, cannot be taken out of context. It is the truth. These people are making violence. You may think that the elections are being controlled by the UPDF. One of the things that has made Byabakama one of the incompetent electoral commission chair is giving all the rest of the election to be run by the security operative and the UPDF. The UPDF calls the shots. The UPDF is holding conferences on behalf of the electoral commission. When the CDF came out to say that after voting you go back home, it didn't even entrench that in the law. The law says contrary.
We appeal to citizens to cast their votes peacefully and go home, not to hang around the polling stations. The vote counting and tallying process will be transparent and is done in the open. Each individual candidate's agents will be present, and these include presidential, the directly elected MPs, and women MPs. That is on the 15th of January, 1 month from now, 1 month from today. Local and international election observers will also be present, and so will the media. So there is no need for people to hang around saying they are protecting votes. The process is transparent, and all these measures are in place to make sure that that transparency is clear for all to see. Therefore, there will be enough scrutiny to ensure that the election process is transparent, free and fair, and above all, credible. Those who try to cause trouble, as I've heard some people proclaim, will be dealt with swiftly and with all the tools at our disposal and in accordance with the law.
Okay, so for me, I feel bad when the injustices and unconstitutional things are going on in our country as we are folding our arms. And for me, yesterday I was even discussing with someone saying that Uganda is slowly but surely going to a failed state. And in a failed state, we are not winners. We shall all be losers. Of course, that's my opinion. Remain yours truly, Mr. Makindi, Kavyesula Imani Mawagali. If you're new to this channel, please subscribe, like, and comment so that I can be motivated to do more of such videos. I'll see you on another one. Peace.